Good morning, guys, and welcome to iPhone Smart. Quick preview for Greyville Poly. Yesterday went very well. 5 top-rated winners, 2 seconds and a fourth from the 8 races. Today is only 7 races. We start off with Wendy Whitehead. That probably can decide who's going to win in the first one. You can see the flying flames there from Serena Moodley on the Queen Bee, but there's also a very nice improvement here on Flying Rainstorm, which seems to be improving the nicest of the two. If you look at Queen Bee, that's Queen Bee. A little bit flat, but Flying Rainstorm has been improving nicely. So those are my first two, and the only two that you need for your bipod and for swingers and exactors, I guess. In the second, I do note that there's now been a change to Muzieni on the jockey change, and you can see here Muzieni was very much on the best bat figure here on 8.11 previously. These red is because it's outside of the distance category on Grecian Palace. So if Grecian Palace is liking the distance in the up to 1400 meters, you can see Grecian Palace was 1000 meters here, 1000 meters here, 1200, so better over the 1000 than the 1200, and then 1200, 1200, 1200 up to 1600. It turned worse. So yeah, I'm going to go with Purple Flowers, my first choice, Elegant Act and Grecian Palace as my second and third choice, purely because I'm just looking at the distance here, and on the distance I see that Purple Flower did have a bad run last time, but prior to that actually had a really good run. And now with the change to Muzieni, I'd be surprised if that was a bogus run. Did run against Elegant Act on the 20th of the 12th, where Elegant Act was drifting from a 6 to a 7 to 1 in yielding conditions, and Purple Flower from a 12 to a 20 to 1. So Purple Flower did finish 6 lengths behind Elegant Act. That was on the grass. So yeah, you have to definitely consider that Elegant Act should beat Purple Flower if Elegant Act acts on the poly. But given that the one run on the poly here, 1400, was only 0.1 lengths behind the winner when it was backed in, I think your place prospect is probably Purple Flower here. And yeah, for the win, I wouldn't be surprised if Elegant Act beats Purple Flower, and then Grecian Palace next best. Over to the third race. We haven't looked at the P-stats yet, but yeah, the P-stats we can quickly go and have a look at. 32%, 33% of Queen Bee, 35% Flying Rainstorm, so very much between those two. 37% Flying Rainstorm, 38% Flying Rainstorm, so very much between the two Whitehead horses. In the second, lowest percentage, 17%, 16%, so very low. Flower gets a 16 on bat CD here, but also not very high. And then over the third race here, 24% is the highest, and that goes to Wendy Whitehead again. Of Voldemort with Alison Wright and Richard Fleury, so maybe they're trying for a double there with Purple Flower and Voldemort. 24% being not bad for a 6 to 1. And given that at the bottom here you can see Voldemort with Sean Veal did well over the 1400, Greyville Poly, and then worse with La Caba, and then Yeni on Voldemort. It was improving again, but not as good as with Veal. But as that's at the lowest on the Greyville Poly, 1400, Voldemort you have to include, although he's not the top rated. The top rated is actually Music is Life, the only runner, Gareth Van Sale with Plaatjies. Plaatjies getting a 100% place record here with Gareth Van Sale. So he'll probably try and going to the front and try and run it from there. Also hasn't done the poly. So Music is Life is definitely one to consider. Hope is Power, the stablemate La Caba, also flames, 33% wins, 100% win with the horse. So the two Gareth Van Sale runners must definitely be included. And then the third rated Time Together, Ice Kingdom and Ibutu. So those 6, maybe Master Fiego. Yeah, it's also the favorite Dean Cannemare following up with, he's only got 2 runners for the day, so I think if Dean Cannemare wins the second, I wouldn't be surprised if Dean Cannemare also trying the double for the second and the third. So it could be a Alison Wright double attempt, or it could be a Dean Cannemare double attempt, or Gareth Van Sale could come with his only runner, or Ice Kingdom could come with his only runner. So a little bit of a tough affair here. P-Stats pointing my 24% as the highest, and that goes to Voldemort. So, yeah, bit of an open field to that race. In the 4th race here, Richard Foury's got some big flames from Just for Ginger. Just for Ginger also the red horse in the race. And the 30% is the highest here, going to opening betting, and that goes to Just Virginia. And the second highest is 25%. Also going to Just Virginia on the BAT CD, but you can see 4.25 lengths to 4.29 lengths to 4.72, so very close together. So Just Virginia, Baby on Board, and Ideal Gift, as well as Mauritania. Those would be my first 4 in the race. Maybe Shell Seeker with the best adjusted time. Best speed rating is also one to also bear in mind. So it doesn't look that easy today. And the third top rated here is Tobacconist. Second rated is King Bavarian. From the distance perspective, King Bavarian doing the best over the distance as far as I can tell. And Tobacconist has the red, so meaning that it's achieved that not over today's distance or within today's distance category. But he is the only runner for MJ Unnal. Daniels takes the ride. There's no flames there, so they're not a good combination together. Others to consider, maybe Rachel Veneker here returning from a rest with all these flames on Alison Wright, and King Bavarian with all these flames on Lekaba. It's a nice 12-to-1 inclusion. It's also the line bat horse on the BAT CD front, 20% chance to win, and 17% on exact distance median speed. But the highest percentage does go to Tobacconist, 32% on opening betting, 28% on overall ranking, 22% on green points, 28% on exotic ranking, so, and 28% also on total points, and also 28% on the 84 days bomb roll. So I take all that being said, maybe Tobacconist is your top rated, with King Bavarian your second rated, as the ratings are suggesting. Yeah. Moving to the 6th race, and 6th, we've got a greenie, and that goes to Quantasia, 10-to-1, or now 14-to-1 actually. So that's actually a really nice straight line on the BAT figures, and almost straight line on the bomb figures, with a nice total points, 122. The highest percentage on the probability stats does not go to him though. That's a 25% on statistical form, and Quintasia is only second on statistical form. If I look at the statistical form here, the top rated on statistical form is Birdwatcher at 5-to-1, although the Yellow Star ratings doesn't really pick it up. It's an only runner for Dunkel House with Serena Moodley on board, coming from a rest, clearly not as good on the BAT figures, but hasn't done the exact course, hasn't done the exact distance. That's why there's a stripe there. So yeah, Quantasia is one that flies low on the radar here. That pops up here in the exact course and distance BAT CD figure by quite some margin of 4 and a bit lengths is Bright Star. So I'm going to go with Daryl Maria's Quantasia and Nathan Cotson's Bright Star, and that both has got the 4 kilos Appy claim that makes these guys pop in so strongly. So you can't really trust the Appies that much, I guess, but that 4 kilo claimers does make quite a difference. And then Stealth Attack here is in red, so also some hidden form with the mirror rating being played with. So Bright Star, Quantasia, and maybe Birdwatcher on the P stats is the 3 that I'd be interested in. Flying the Star, Michael Roberts, third rated here. It's also got best adjusted time, best speed rating. This is the reconciliation leg, second last leg of the second last race of the day. And then I guess the favorite must be considered Blush of Dawn, with Garth Puller and Richard Foury as well. At least Garth has only got the 1 in that race. And then the last race is potentially for me also a decent enough each way proposition. Just purely look at this improvement here. I'll show you the War Empress here. You'll see what I mean there by this War Empress. You'll see how nicely this improved here over the 1,000 meters from Greyville Poly to Greyville Poly Kamala, and then got it. And now Chase Majan's taking the ride. He's only got the one for the day, which means he's sitting in the jockey room for the whole day just to get this run under the belt. Decent enough 14% wins, 55% on the places, or 57% on the places if you add those two together, and a 33% on the horse. So War Empress definitely my top choice in this race. Others to consider, maybe the hidden formula of Full of Magic that you can see has had much better form previously, and also Hot Pull. Love Bombs in red, so being a older horse, he does medium when he comes back from a rest. Medium meaning that he's not so hot. He's 50 to 70% on the wins and places when returning from a rest on Love Bomb, and his normal percentages is 33, so he does do better, which is between 50 and 70 when he comes back from a rest. So War Empress, definitely my first choice here in this race. Hidden form for Wendy Whitehead on Hot Pull. Considering Wendy's probably going to win the first race, you'll have to include Hot Pull for her to also want to win the last race, with some hidden back figure form here, 6.34 and then 25, and now coming back from a rest. See if there was any support. Yep, 7 into 4.5 from before the rest. Now doing the Greyville Poly for the first time. Hot Pull is definitely one to include in your exotic play, given that the intentions look pretty decent clear for Wendy to want to start and finish the day. That's it, guys. Yeah, quick and easy. Hope you have a great day again today. After yesterday was a very good day for us and for the VIP guys. We've now made over 200 points in the last 3 days, so hope may that long continue. Have a great day.